Total War is here, and we're playing Total War Warhammer 3 as Kislev on Legendary. It's one of the most demanding and most difficult campaigns in the history of this game. And let's get straight into this battle. Alright, so it's super important that we take as few casualties as possible. So let's deploy our top forces. Cavalry to the side, the Snow Leopard to the side, the Armored Kossars to the front, but where they will have the clear line of sight. The closest to here, and there will be good. And then we place our archers in the back. Let's make sure everyone has their skirmish mode off. And Katarin along with them. Let's start this battle. Let's send our cavalry to the side. Hopefully we will make something chase them. And let's move Katarin a bit to the front. It's important that we use the Ice Sheet spell to slow down the enemy forces. And the enemy is coming at us. That's absolutely what we want. So will someone decide to go after the cavalry and the leopard? Probably at some point. Oh yeah, they are doing something. So let's make the enemy come to us. No, they are coming. They are coming right now, and we drop the ice sheet. And we send cavalry and the leopard on top of their murder horsemen. We should be able to catch them. And they blobbed themselves quite nicely, so let's drop the damaging spell. It will slow them even further. Amazing. And let's focus fire the Norscan Ice Trolls. They are quite dangerous unit. Okay, and the Snow Leopard goes against the Marauder Hunters. And we're doing really well. We're doing extremely well, actually. I don't think I ever played this battle so well so far. Okay, let's eliminate the Marauder Hunters. And let's slow the enemy forces even more. And let's drop another damaging spell. Okay. We're doing extremely well. And we can take out our cavalry from the engagement. It's mostly dependent on how the enemy forces will react to the flanking forces. Now we can pull our forces forward. We can pull out our skirmishing forces. I call them skirmishing forces because they kind of do skirmish right now. And let's focus fire on the Marauders. And this battle is just over now. There is nothing they can do to deal any sort of considerable damage to me. And let's drop the Ice Maiden's keys. I do not know the names of those spells because the lore of ice is just terrible. Like, probably the worst of the lores of magic in the game. So whenever I can, I will just recruit the Frost Maiden of Tempest, and they will just carry the campaign and focus fire their general. And I do absolutely hate the Armored Kossars, and they only performed quite well because they didn't really fight in melee. Okay, so now I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna chase them down, and see you in a moment. So this battle went extremely well, and we should be set up for the next few turns just because of this victory. And this army should be completely dead. And since I chased them down, And remember, always chase down the enemy troops, because it increases your rewards after the battle. So now, what do we do with our captives? We can get extra devotion, which is extremely good, or we can replenish, but we didn't take any casualties, so I'm not gonna be replenishing, so we're gonna be taking this devotion. Devotion is super important for Kislev, because it allows us to use extra abilities. And what do we do with the first level up for Katarin? Since her lore of magic is absolutely rebel, we go for Inspiring Presence. And then we are gonna be going for the firing drills. Okay? And technology. What do we do for the technology? We are going straight to the people. And we're selecting hooked axe blades for that extra melee defense for our Kossars. And it's gonna come in handy quite quickly. And meantime, we are attacking the Vitevo. And obviously, we're fighting this battle. Auto resolve will absolutely screw us over. And skipping the loading screens. Right, and since the enemy doesn't have the ice trolls in this battle, this should be quite easy one. So let's advance, let's send our cavalry to the flank. And they should probably be going after us anyway. And in a moment we can start dropping the ice sheet. Okay. And drop the ice sheet over there. And start shooting them, please. Alright, those Marauder Horsemen are totally broken. Let's reform the line. Let's reform this line as well. And let's send our calves straight into those hunters. And Katarin can be used to tank quite a bit, because they do not have their own hero or lord. So she is absolutely fine to tank some. And fire at the flank. Fire at that flank as well. And the Snow Leopard is gonna be stay engaged in there. And our winged lancers are gonna be charging into those marauders. We're gonna probably shatter them? No? Almost? They will. And straight for their general now. And let's use our skills here. Spells. Their general is also shattered. And now the Marauder Spearmen. And their army is just done for. Another flawless victory. And again, I'm gonna be pausing it here, and I'm gonna be chasing them down off screen. And yet another super effective victory with barely any casualties on our side. Our Snow Leopard is a bit damaged, but it's just a terrible unit, like one of the worst in the game. It has its uses early on, but later on just swap it out for something else. They are only good as a summon for the Frost Maidens. And now we take it, we occupy it, we do not sack, we do not raise. Okay. And now, what do we do now? We obviously recruit 2 units of Kossars with spears. They are one of the most cost-efficient and effective units in the roster. And what do we build in Kislev? In Kislev, we build the stall for extra income. And we do build the Tallow Keepers Guild for growth and reduced upkeep, and we also recruit A boyar was probably Kossar headman. What do you do? Cunning is super good. We put him into the city for now, and he recruits 2 units of Kossars. Because in the next turn we are gonna move with Katarin to the border. And we're gonna be bringing a guy from Kislev with reinforcements, and also he's gonna be recruiting in here while Katarin will just go to besiege fort Yakova. And building can be upgraded. We go for something that will give us extra devotion, and let's go for a roadhouse because it will also give us growth. And now we can do a commandment in Kislev, and I would like something that would give us extra devotion. Because we want to have the biggest possible amount of the devotion so we can later start using the invocations. Alright, and now let's go into the next turn. See you in a bit. Okay, so now we move Katrin to here. We put a recruitment of extra 2 Kossars with spears. We do recruit extra 2 units of Kossars in Kislev. And also I forgot about something really important. I did not click the recruitment of Frost Maiden. Okay, so in your campaign, do recruit the Frost Maiden in the very first turn. And now we are going to the next turn. And actually the perfect thing has happened, and the army from Fort Yakova decided to come out and fight us. So let's start this battle. Alright, the enemy has quite a bit of the big troops, but they are not gonna be the problem because we have an amazing heal. So let's set up our forces, and actually we want our not armored Kossars with spears to be our front line in this fight. So in a moment I'm gonna be putting them in the front. We're gonna advance slightly so our armored Kossars can offload on the enemy when they will be coming in. And we will do again some distraction with cavalry and the leopard. So let's start the battle. Okay, so we are gonna be moving like so. We are gonna be placing our armor Kossars with spears at the very forefront, and then at the back the Ice Guard and the regular Kossars. And now cavalry wants to go to the side. Or maybe not that much. Okay. Does anyone have skirmish on? No. Perfect. And in a moment we'll be able to start shooting the enemy. And actually the 2 at the back, you want to focus on the ogre bulls. And I would like you not to move that far. And Katrin, drop a spell over there. And focus on the ogre bulls, you. And go after the marauder horsemen. And we may have to move those armored Kossars slightly. Okay, in a moment we'll be able to drop another slowing spell. Katrin. Okay, slow them here. And kill the ogre bulls, you two. And you get away from the marauder spearmen quickly. And this battle is gonna be over quite soon. Actually, it would be amazing if either of you could go into the hunters. Oh, you're taking the trolls away. Amazing. Fire at the marauder spearman from the hill. And the ogres are done for. And you can advance a bit. Fire at those ogres, fire at those ogres. Charge them from the back. What is happening with our calf? The trolls are almost on it, but we are faster, way faster. Actually go there. And Katarin, drop a spell on top of those troops. You go there, ogres are done for. You advance and start shooting. And actually, our Kossars with spears are amazing line holders. Especially after they will get that extra for melee defense. Kosh breath. Okay, so I did not notice that I had an item. It would have been super good if I knew that I had it. Okay, so we can use it here. Please stop chasing. Focus fire on their general. Focus fire on their general. A snow leopard. Go at them from the back. And you too. And the trolls. The trolls are still alive. That's quite problematic. Go after the marauders. What's their speed? Their speed is 49. Our speed is 84. I totally don't get how they are still so close to the winged lancers. And focus fire on their lord. Focus fire. Their lord will be dead soon. You run away. He is broken. Please do get away from him so he is not in between you. Okay. The battle is over. Let me chase everyone and see you in a bit. Unfortunately, the trolls have escaped, but well, it was a good battle nonetheless. Alright, and see you... No, actually, we have to take the... What is it called? After the battle result. So, since our army got damaged a bit, we are gonna replenish. And now... Oh, actually, they are towards the end of the turn, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. And those trolls are back in the Fort Yakova, but we are level 5 now, so we can go for firing drills maximum level. And we can start besieging the fort. And obviously it says valiant defeat. Let's start building the equipment. And I'm probably not gonna wait, because I'm gonna get the second army here. And I will check what are our chances, but we are gonna wait one turn and see if they will attack us. If they will attack us, that's super good. If not, well, whatever. And actually, you want to give all the troops to Catherine, because it will make them stronger. And we have to choose whichever maiden we want. We obviously want Tempest, because Lord of Tempest is way better than Lord of Ice. And we go into the next turn. Okay, we got the hooked axis blades researched, so our troops are boosted a bit. And now we can go and attack Fort Yakova. And it will be way easier than it would have been if we had that army sitting in there. So let's actually check how the settlement looks. Okay, and let's start this battle. Okay, so we are gonna perform a classical trick of the Warhammer. We are gonna show some of our forces on the left flank, and we are gonna have all our main forces hiding in the forest in here. So the enemy will deploy mostly on that side, or at least should deploy mostly on that side. And can you hide somehow? Okay, you're hiding in here, and Katarin, and please hide. Alright, let's start the battle, and we have absolutely no defenders in here, and everyone should be on the other side. And this way we can scale the walls easily, and then we'll use the walls to fire upon the enemies, upon the defenders, and you can start moving away from here. And they still don't know what's going on. No, they are starting to see our forces now. And Catherine, get on the walls as soon as you can. And that's actually something that the armored Kossars excel at. It's fighting on the walls, fighting on the walls. They are really super efficient. In other situations, they are not that great. I really don't enjoy this unit. And let's speed up this battle a bit, because it's gonna be just climbing the walls for free right now. Okay, so I would like those troops to actually stay behind and the spearmen to get on the walls. Because spearmen do have a bit more melee defense. They have 40 right now, which is amazing, and the other ones have 36. And other general is in. Let's get him closer. He is unfortunately tired, but they do not have a strong melee lord, so it should be quite easy. Okay, Catherine, go take the gate, and the Kossars will wait. And you develop here. And where is our Azhag? Azhag is here, that's okay. Okay, we'll start shooting at those Marauder Berserkers, and in a moment we'll be slowing it down. Okay, get set up on the walls, you too. Okay, we got the gate. We can actually put some troops into the city. Actually, do I want to? Maybe not. So, the Marauder Berserkers are really powerful. They are anti-infantry unit. And our armored Kossars with great weapons are a anti-armor unit, and they will not perform too well against the Marauder Berserkers. So do keep that in mind. So this unit is still climbing. Okay, I can send you against them. And Katrin, you do have quite good place to drop your spell. If you're in range, you're not in range. That's okay. And I totally don't care if I lose the armored Kossars, because I'm gonna be replacing them anyway with the Kossars with spears. Okay, move to here, you move there. Fire at the general unit. Actually drop a spell. Drop another spell from other side, so you don't have to relocate. And this unit is almost done for, which is amazing. The Marauder Hunters are almost here, and they will be taken care by the Winged Lancers and the Leopard. And Those troops took the what is it called? Took the walls, and it's not ideal, but because I would prefer to drop some spells on top of them. But well, whatever. Not everything will go according to the plan. And I would like you to move so no one is dropping any missiles on you. So it's quite important that you stay quite healthy. And those marauders were shredded by our Kossars from here. And doing just what we did in this battle would be probably impossible if you decided to recruit Kislevite warriors, because, well, they don't have missile attacks. So they are not as effective at dealing with different situations as the Kossars or Kossars with spears. Yeah, that's one other unit that I absolutely hate in the roster. Okay, the trolls are here, so we may want to get away. Alright, so we took the walls, we can now go down. And also between the armored Kossars with great weapons and normal ones, the ones with shields are way better, way better. But still, I don't like the unit. Because as soon as something large, such as trolls, appear, they totally lose all the value they had. They will absolutely do nothing against the trolls. And they will just get trampled over while the Kossars with spears will hold the line. Okay, the trolls are coming. Exactly what I said. So we have to move our Kossars the wall, and the Kossars with spears can stand here and tank them. And the rest of our missile troops can start firing. And you go back into those Marauder Hunters. Please do not go and do nothing. Move. You don't want that charge. Come on! Keep on moving! Absolutely brilliant. The unit just decides not to do anything. Love it. Fire on those trolls. So they were barely scratched by those trolls and they still lost like 3 or 4 models. Ugh. Go after their castle lord. And now everyone can go inside. You can go inside as well. Will you go through the gate or will you climb? You will climb. Or will you go through the gate? Go on, decide. What will you do? Some of you go through the gates, some of you decided to climb. At least it's not anymore that everyone will try to climb and we just won this battle. So again, see you after the end screen. So we have lost only 153 men, and if this is not enough proof that Kossars are just superior to the Kislevite warriors, then I don't know what is. Because if we had Kislevite warriors instead of half of our ranged units, this battle would be very, very different. And now we occupy the settlement, and we just secured Fort Yakova. Okay, and we can level up the second lord, and he is gonna be a utility lord for now. And he is going straight back to the Kislev. because he's not gonna be necessary for now. And Katarin is gonna be getting another level. And let me think where it goes. So, since we already have the firing drills and we're gonna be focusing on those troops from firing drills for a while, I am gonna go for the Road Marcher, then Iron Disciplinarian, and then probably Fervent, or maybe Reassuring Presence, and then Draft Master, Lightning Strike, and go all the way to Renowned and Feared. Okay, we finished our technology, so what do we do now? We go into the people and we go for Prague Veterans for that base missile damage +2 for Kossars and all other bow-based troops except for the Ice Guard. Okay, and we have to select what do we take for the Ice Witch. And I am gonna go for the Protector for extra devotion. And devotion is usually one of the best choices, especially early on. And can we build anything in Fort Yakova? Yes, we can, but we have to demolish this building. And let's recruit our extra Kossars with spears. So this army will be almost full in a moment, and in 3 turns we'll be able to recruit a Frost Maiden. So let's keep the turn. Okay, so now we are facing a dilemma. Are we supporting the Orthodoxy or are we supporting the Ice Court? And I'm gonna support the Orthodoxy because they are giving me extra devotion for all provinces. And now we can secure a buff from the Orthodoxy, and I believe there was a yes, +1 devotion from the ritualized worship. So now we have +2 devotion. So in Kislev we have only -1, and for now we have 0 in this province. And now we move to the border of the province. We start recruiting extra Kossars with spears. And in the next turn we'll be taking Gorev. And now, what do we take? Infantry Commander is nice, Logistician is also nice. And Quartermaster is also nice. So, if this was a Frost Maiden that we will be making for a Doomstack, I would go for the Ice Guard Captain. But it's not the Doomstack Frost Maiden yet. So Logistician is one of the best there is because 20 extra % of movement range is insane, especially for Kislev. And now we can upgrade the Fort Yakova itself, and we should probably get the iron mining pit for extra income, for extra trade possible. And also Ataman deployed in here will get some benefits. Let's go into diplomacy and check if someone will offer us some good deals. So non-aggression pact with Ostermark for almost 1,000. It's good. Always take those. Especially considering the fact that those factions will eventually get destroyed by something. Okay, and anyone else? Any other? No. Okay. And you go off the first march and start recruiting. So I know they are not Kossar spears, but we'll need those regardless. It's better to have 2 armies than 1, especially early on as Kislev. Because eventually the Manita Ogres, if they survive, and they usually do survive, they will come after us. And then we'll also have to deal with Skaven, and they are already in Fort Ostrosk. So they will probably first take on Erengrad, but we'll see. And we'll have to fight the Azhag really soon. So see you in the next turn. Alright, so now we can attack Igorevo. And we can secure our first province. Actually, second province, because Kislev is a one city province, but it would be our first province in most normal campaigns. And now skip to the battle. Alright, so now we probably want to deploy in 2 lines, because we do have archers, so we can absolutely deploy in 2 lines, and our armored Kossars are gonna go for the first line, since the enemy doesn't really have anything that can go through the armored Kossars right now, and the speared Kossars are gonna go first, and the regular Kossars are gonna go behind them. And the Ice Guard can go on the flank. And now Cavalry and the Snow Leopard on the flank. And we do have a small mountain and a big mountain. And it's gonna be quite easy fight. Actually, you go to the right as well. They were quite far away, so and they don't have anything on the left flank. And it would be quite hard for them anyway to flank from the left. Okay, and now let's start the battle. And the enemy should be coming at us. They do. It's a bit painful that they do have 2 Marauder Horsemen, because I do not have too many troops that could just chase after them. And go forward a bit, and you go straight into there. And in a moment you'll start shooting those Marauder Horsemen, and you'll be getting shot by the Marauder Horsemen. Which is not ideal. Actually, get away from them. And you go here. Go here, and you just totally get away. We just wrecked that unit. And now gonna be slowing their front line. Fire at them, please. And I think we can just fast forward this battle, because they're gonna be decimated in a moment. Katarin, go forward. Oh, that's a perfect opportunity for Ice Maiden's keys. Amazing. And we can give another shot with the other spell. Amazing. They are absolutely wrecked. Those Murder Horsemen are done for. We can send our cavalry through the main forces. They will suffer a bit with the unit collisions, but it doesn't really matter. Because at this point I'm just sending them to chase after the enemy, because remember, always chase after your enemies. It's increasing your rewards, increasing your experience. Okay, so this battle should be over any second now. Let's fast forward. And see you after I chase them down. And yet another flawless victory, but to be fair, this battle kind of felt like a mop-up rather than a battle. But well, that's just another proof that the doctrine of using the hybrid units over using a front line of the warriors is just way superior. Because we wouldn't be able to be dishing out that much damage in that short time. And also our winged lancers are already quite high level. Okay, occupy. And we secured our first province. Okay, and we've got the Oblast Hollows, which allows us to recruit a unit of Trevishes, which I'm gonna do because they are extremely good unit. They're super valuable, they are super fast, they do have really good charge bonus for a unit that is tier 1. And I also want a unit that will allow me to chase a bit more. Okay, so we do get our first Ataman, and I'm not gonna be putting any Atamans for Yakova, because Kislev will need it more. So let's see, what do we get? Protector +3 devotion, amazing. Growth, also amazing. Growth and income, well, okay. So I'm gonna go with the protector, and it's going to the Kislev, and we should be having the plus devotion in Kislev, which is gonna be amazing. And what do we get? I generally do not like the unbreakable trait for the Frost Maidens, because it means that if we lost the battle, they will definitely die. Perfect vigor and extra speed and vanguard deployment and stock are really good. And then we could get extra spells, which could also be good, but let's go with the shadow. So stock is absolutely amazing for them because they can just escape from danger. And now, Katarin, you are getting Iron Disciplinarian. And you have not been moved, and you will not be moving because you'll be recruiting. And in the next turn, we will be able to move him and start recruiting the Kossars with spears. Okay, so we can upgrade Kislev, which is amazing. And next turn, we're gonna be moving Katarin to fight with Azhag. Oh yeah, and we do get commandment, so +4 devotion, please. And see you in the next turn. Alright, so now we have to move Katarin towards Fort Yakova, and we can expect Azhag pretty soon. I do wonder, whom does he fight at the moment? Doesn't fight anyone, so he will be declaring war on us pretty soon, considering that he is really strong as well. And we can take out the second army, and actually let's see how much devotion. +1 is fine. So let's take this army here and start recruiting the Kossars with spears. Actually, I would like one more Drevicius as well. And Katarin, you can force march, so why not force march? And now, we do not want to upgrade Zavarsta. The best bet to upgrade is Igorevo, because it's the safest. And Zavarsta can usually be falling quite a lot because of the ogres or Skaven. So do have that in mind when leveling up your cities. Go for the place that is the safest and the place that will not waste you money. Okay, let's go to the next turn. It's actually amazing that Katarin got Devotion buff. And let's recruit a Frost Maiden. She is level 4 from the get-go, which is amazing. And I don't really care about the scouting. I really don't. So Hailstorm, the Biting Wind, and the Freezing Winds. And she is gonna be joining the Katarin's army in a moment. And let's move Katarin to the border in here. So I have no idea. Oh, I do have idea. Azhag is right there. And is it Skaven in Dagenhof, or is it Draika just demolishing it? I wonder. And let's move the second army here as well. Will most likely get declared on, hopefully. And let's recruit another 2 units. And see you in the next turn. Just as I said, he declares war on us, and now we're at war. Okay, and Azhag has messed up big time, because now we just got our missile damage +2, which is amazing, and he is against 2 armies with 1. So, we do move Katarin forward, and I messed up this time. So let's get away. And now let's move this army a bit forward, and now we can attack with 2 armies. And obviously, let's fight this battle. So the orcs have a lot of the pump wagons, so obviously our Kossars with spears are gonna be the first line, and then we are gonna be having our armored Kossars on the very flanks for that sturdy holding power. I mean, kind of sturdy. But they are gonna be supporting the flanks, not directly at the forefront, but yes. So let's start the battle itself, and now I'm gonna be stretching those. And we will most likely be waiting for our reinforcements before we'll advance. And they do have a unit of catapults, but they're not really high range, so we will be able to engage them quite quickly. Or actually, if I wanted to, I could send Katarin. And oh, another thing that I forgot to put the Frost Maiden into the army. Okay, so you forward, and you move forward. And let's actually fast forward so our reinforcements get here. And let's start sending Katrin so she can drop some spells on them and hopefully make them come to us. And we really don't have that many winds of magic because I think we have 20, so we can at most drop 4 or 5 spells. Right. Our reinforcing army is here. And should be within range. Okay, drop a spell there. They are really accurate. And I'm not dodging properly. Also a chance. Okay, now maybe. Okay. I mean, Catherine took quite a bit of damage, but it's better that she takes the damage from those catapults than anything else. And our army can start advancing because I don't think I can force them to come at us. Not with the spells that I have. Okay, and they are advancing now. And stop. Start firing. Actually, he will kill Katrin if he keeps on life leeching. We have to pull her away. What's this unit? Oh. Move a bit forward so we can start engaging them earlier. And those catapults are either still moving or still focusing on Katrin. No, they're not. They're focusing Iceguard. I do not want Iceguard to get hurt too much. And the enemy will be within range any moment now. Stretch on the flank, and you also you go to the flank as well. And hopefully we can send the snow leopard somehow through the enemy forces. Oh, goblins here, amazing. Snow leopard is being life leeched. Well, that's probably the battle at which he could die. I wouldn't care. Okay, the winged lancers go through this unit. Actually not, they didn't have enough momentum. Shame. Snow Leopard, go on the flank. And Dervishes, go through the flank. Go through the flank, and you will go against those catapults. And as you can see, the stuff that is slightly large and has charge just does whatever they want with the armored Kossars. I didn't mean to press shift. And you go and you go. Where are our winged lancers? They are here. They also can go through the flank now. Okay, so one of those units go there. Another charge the orcs from the back. This is gonna be a quite costly battle, but it's against Azhag. It's quite strong. Okay, your charge bonus is done for, and out. But pretty much after this battle, he will not have anything that he can fight us with again anymore. And you block here. Did they drop those catapults already? No, they did not. Come on, get more into the unit and now engage it. And you charge them from the back. Those big ones are coming at us. So you charged. You really took more damage from their charge than you did. Amazing. Yeah, they are really dangerous to face. I'm really glad that I had two armies. Okay, now take on those big ones. Okay, you lost with them, that's no surprise. He is still life leeching me. Okay, Lancers get out. And everyone focus fire Azhag. Focus fire. This battle is almost done for. We took insane casualties, but well. Come on, kill the snootling pump wagons before they can mess up the formations. Okay, they're done. And it's pretty much only Azhag left and some big ones. Okay, Lancers go here, actually chase some units. Okay, army losses for them. Okay, everything focus Azhag. If he dies in this battle, it's gonna be the perfect outcome. charge into those units, and see you after the battle. And the conclusion is, Orc infantry is just insane. 150, 120, 118. Yeah, Orc infantry is super strong. And maybe if we had the Frost Maiden, we could have had some better spells. But it's not really that big of a game changer in here. Let's replenish our troops, obviously, so we are in perfect condition for the next fight. Now Katarin has a horse and Azhag is dead. So we are gonna be chasing this army with our secondary army. And actually, let's merge one of the units of regular Kossars. And we will be able to get the first maiden into the army.
I trained for this. The ice court shall provide. One leg.
And this is amazing. The spell resistance for Katarin is super good because we'll no longer be so susceptible to the life leeching anymore. Oh, and we could recruit Akshina ambushers, which is a game changer. This unit is super powerful. And let's drop it into Katarin's army. So we're gonna get this unit and we're gonna take this unit. And now you are gonna be getting Iron Disciplinarian. And Katarin can level up as well. And we will not be able to auto-resolve this battle because Katarin may die. And also I do not want to auto-resolve it. But I'm not gonna be recording this battle. So let me fight this. And see you in the post-battle screen. Okay, and we took out this army, we can replenish. And we actually replenished way more than we lost in that battle because we lost 16 models and we replenished 2% of the entire force. And could we could start channeling, and here we can encamp. That's perfect. So we're gonna encamp. This army is probably not strong enough to beat us in a straightforward fight. But this is the moment at which I will actually merge some of the units. Because that is gonna increase our power a bit. So you are gonna merge, you are gonna merge. And you are gonna merge as well. We are gonna swap units with Katarin. So Katarin is gonna be getting this unit, this, and this. And we are getting those units here. And actually, since we encamped, we also have increased melee defense. So those Kossars with spears now have 46 melee defense, which is super good. And they should be able to hold off against those orcs. And could we? No, we cannot because no, we are not in our province. And the level up for this hero is gonna be again devotion. Sorry, for this lord. And could we recruit something? No, it will take 2 turns. Okay, we have to decide on the next technology. And the next technology could either be something that strengthens our military, or I would prefer actually to go for the festival of Urza. It will give us devotion, it will give us leadership. So it's kind of both, and also a buff against Norska and Chaos. Okay, and now we can build extra buildings in Fort Yakova, so the resource building, and let's get the Eerie Woods, so we can start recruiting Yakshina ambushers. one of the strongest units in the Kislev roster. And let's go for the next turn. I was about to say that it may look that we are doing super well right now, but we are actually not. And this is a campaign that is so brutal that it can go so wrong at so many places in the next 20 turns that I will be recording it in the next episodes. And if you enjoyed the guide so far, consider subscribing and watch the Kislev tier list roster. See ya!